actually say anything about leadership. Wasn't it his ex-girlfriend Caroline Ellison, if I recall, who was running Alameda Research? So what's actually going on with his inner circle or his former inner circle? Are they still standing by him?
No, they're 100% certainly not standing by him. In fact, as you said, his I guess reported ex-girlfriend Carolyn Ellison, who he brought with him to Alameda and then eventually made a CEO, has pleaded guilty to similar charges and will be testifying against him in court. As will his chief technology officer, former chief technology officer who built most of the code used to run FTX, Nishad Singh. He's also going to be testifying against him in court as another cooperating witness. So his inner circle is definitely not standing by him. In fact, I think the only two people right now who are standing by him besides his lawyers are his parents, who are also facing their own jeopardy. But I mean, you kind of hit on a really important point that was something that we have been trying to nail down for a while too. When Sam Bankman-Fried first got involved in crypto, it wasn't at FTX. I mean, there's been so much about him that people can forget, but it began with Alameda Research, which was basically a proprietary trading firm that he created first in California, then moved it to Hong Kong, where he basically engaged in arbitraging Bitcoin. And and then basically he kind of came to the realization around 2018, 2019 that he can make a lot more money if he ran the exchange as opposed to the trading fund that was sending all of this traffic to an exchange and taking money from them. So he created FTX, and he says that he says that he basically handed off day-to-day control of Alameda to Carolyn and another individual named Sam Trabucco. And I guess he just hoped that everybody would take him at his word that he wasn't engaging in any real oversight of Alameda, and that despite the fact that he was the beneficial owner of Alameda, I think he owned something about 90% of it, he wasn't making decisions for them because that would be unethical in the United States. That would be illegal. There's a reason why the New York Stock Exchange does not engage in a hedge fund, does not own a hedge fund, because that would create massive conflicts or potential conflicts of interest. And but we always wondered how disassociated he truly was from Alameda. And one of the things that also came out in a lot of those documents that we can now report is that he actually knew quite a bit about what was going on there, and he implored Carolyn many times in 2022 to hedge Alameda's positions. So that obviously meant that he had to know what those positions were, and he knew that in a market like 2022, when prices were going down, liquidations were happening, and he was going around saying that he had $1 billion out there to rescue startups. He wanted Alameda to protect the downside. Carolyn seemed to be resistant to that for a while, and it's unclear whether or not, most likely not, this hedging would have worked given how leveraged Alameda was, especially on a few particular tokens. But that just points out that he really kind of knew what Alameda was doing, and that he kind of felt like he was able to play by his own set of rules.